What? Why is my camera not on? What? Hang on. Hold up. Hold the phone. Bang. There we are. OBS, thank you very much. I saw someone say, will the Leaguie have team sounds when the team score tonight? I mean, if you know me, you know when I make promises, they are empty as anything. Just completely like void of any reliability whatsoever. And when I do something that I've said I will do, it's like weeks and weeks afterwards. I really wanted to. I really did want to have the sounds. And I was like, I sat down here about half an hour ago and I was like, I'm going to do it. And then I was like, hang on. There's a whole heap of other things I need to set up if I want to stream to TikTok. So I did all of those things instead. And then I decided, actually, my internet's not good enough to stream to TikTok when I'm up in Sydney. So we're just doing YouTube and Twitch tonight anyway. So total waste of time. Could have had the sounds. Could even set up the sounds now, really. It wouldn't take me that long. But anyway. Hello. There is something that is absolutely incredible that is unfolding in the YouTube chat. 20 votes in the poll. 50% think that Storm will win. 50% think that Dogs will win. I don't think I have ever seen that. I don't think I've ever seen, after so many votes, it's sitting at 50-50. That is insane. That's crazy. On Twitch, we've only had one vote, and it's for the Storm. That's okay, though. That's okay. TikTok is bad anyway. Suck it, TikTok. Sorry, I need to. Maybe I need to stop saying that word. I think Twitch doesn't like it. I will be streaming there. It's just complicated to set it up to multi-stream vertically as well. But yes, hello. Hope you're all good. I hope you can still see me. My OBS, it's having a bad time. It says I'm currently streaming at 0 kilobytes per second, which means you guys definitely can't see me. But anyway, I do not know what to expect from this game. I have been asked so many times, Leaguie, who do you think is going to win, Storm or Bulldogs? And like every single factor that I think of, I just end up flipping back the other way because there's, so many different variables. Anyway, I'll stop yapping and get into the teams because there were some notable changes. So, normally I position it a little bit differently. There you go. Now you guys can actually see. So, Jack Howarth, as I did definitely expect, comes into the centres in jersey number 20, with Jacob Kiraz in jersey number 23 starting on the wing, which is nothing less than huge. I was very, very concerned for the Dogs that aerially they were going to be bullied tonight. Jacob Kiraz works to alleviate that to a big extent. Jonah Pezzett starts at halfback. I thought it would be Tyron Wishart for sure, but it will be Jonah Pezzett. Up against Lachlan Galvin. Curran comes in to start in the front row. Joe Chan, wearing jersey 4, is going to start in the back row. I'm sure that's going to cause absolutely zero confusion for me as a commentator, which means the bench, you've got Tyron Wishart in jersey 7, Lasati in jersey number 11, and then you've got these two fellas here for the Dogs, Sexton and Hayes, that have been promoted to the bench in place of Reed Marnie and somebody else who I cannot presently think of. But yeah, Harry Hayes back. Like, I did hear rumors that he was going to be back this week when I made that guide to the finals. But initially, it said he'll be back at the grand final. So that's huge. That's huge. But anyway, I am so incredibly excited. This is my second final series as the Leaguie. The first one was pretty banging. It was a real moment at which I took off. I actually looked 1 year ago today. I was 1/6 the size in terms of subscribers, roughly speaking. So it's been crazy. It's been an absolutely crazy year. Thank you all for it. And I cannot wait to get into a good final series, as good as last one, hopefully, because last one was pretty good as well. Sorry, this is the thing when I have a little dog in my room. There are dog hairs just floating around all over the bloody mic. Who is Jethro Renakama? Well, he's the Dogs winger. He's played a few games this year. Let me check exactly how many he's played. He's only 19. He's played 4 games. So he's not like, a completely inexperienced player, but relatively so. Lancaster says Bulldogs straight sets. That was my tip. They lose to Melbourne today. They lose to Penrith next week. That's what I expected from them. Why did my stream end? Oh, I didn't do it. But I've been having issues with the internet here. I'm sorry. I don't know what I can do more because my laptop's connected through Ethernet to a Wi-Fi booster. But yeah, it's just not great here. Don't worry. I'll be back in Canberra very, very soon. Very soon. Probably even a chair stream on Sunday. If the people want it. If I have time to set it up. So, Terry says, Leaguie, can I say I told you so when the Roosters win the premiership? Brother, God, yes. Bro, you can tell me anything when the Roosters win the premiership. I'll be blown away. It's definitely not happening, though. Definitely not happening. Someone asked if I live at ANU. I do live at ANU, but I'm not currently there. Puppeteer Pandas on YouTube said, Mini-Me predicts Dogs because dogs are cute. Storm are too scary. Well, that's interesting logic from Mini-U. But honestly, I do think he's got it right. I think he's got it the right way around in terms of dogs being cute and storms being scary. But I still think Storm. My OBS keeps disconnecting. What is this? Are you guys? Is it a? Oh wait, I'm not even live on Twitch anymore. What the hell? What? Sorry, I'm just suddenly not live on Twitch anymore. What? Okay, now I'm back. Is the stream like quality okay? Because it's funny. Normally there's like a million complaints when everything looks healthy on my end. Everything looks terrible on my end, and no one's complaining about it. So, hello Ollie, hello Danny. We'll get into it. Yes, the quality is okay. Stream quality is great, bro. That makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. Anyway. Okay. I hope to see a bigger crowd there at Melbourne. I could see a lot of green seats. I want to get a better look, but anyway. Danny, I'm very good. How are you, brother? How are you? Oh, right, the clock. I need to set up the clock. As usual, I will let you know exactly when it kicks off on my screen so that you can sync up with me if you'd like to. Okay, we are nearly ready to go. They're about to kick off. On my end. Chayman Samuel with the slicked back hair. I don't mind that at all. The wheat-gutted dog playing for the Dogs. We're about to get going here, ladies and gentlemen. The finals of 2025 is set to kick off. There's the moment the ball is hit by the boot. Dogs will get the first receipt of it as Lachlan Garvin looks one way, passes the other. So much pressure on that poor kid. So much pressure. But he'll be... I think he'll hold his own here for sure. God, they're going expansive already out to Viliami kicker. That was a solid 15-meter play, at least. Dogs fans, get up and about. Get up and about. I didn't see that Lancaster, although I will say, I did feel his back into the season was sort of unimpressive. So, yeah. But yeah, Tiger, I thought this crowd would definitely be a sellout. But anyway. Kick there from Matt Burton. Yeah, it's not a terrible crowd, but it should be more. With Nick Meaney underneath it. So, obviously, both sides with their injury struggles coming into this game. Melbourne without Pappenhausen, without Hughes, without Asfa Solomona. And I was talking to, we've got a player down. We've got a player down. Viliami Kiko is holding his forehead here. This could be a big problem here for the Dogs. A huge problem for the Dogs. What happened? We've seen the elbow. I think it might just be one that's like a cut. It looked more like a scrape. It wasn't a full impact. So I don't think he'll be concussed from that. Necessarily. But this could look very bad. This could be a big cut. Oh, yeah, see Phantom. It's absolutely accidental. I mean, the Melbourne player was being tackled. Hawthorn are playing a final. Okay. I thought that there was no AFL finals in Melbourne this week. I thought they had their week off. Kick out. I don't want to make light of it. It's funny. I mean, he's still down. He's obviously an extremely tough man. It didn't look that bad. It's not like, when he went down, I expected, okay, he's copped like a hip to the head or something like that. So, we've got the Frenchies back. He says, "Hi, je te suis de la France. Bonjour, mon ami." Oh, it's in Adelaide, but the fan overlap is very significant. Gotcha. Yeah, no, that checks out. So we saw Tupanua stand up, but it will be Harry Hayes who comes on. I believe it was the Melbourne game in which he got injured. George says, why is the Bulldog player injured? He copped an elbow to the head. We're still yet to see his face. I assume he's just bleeding heaps. He's standing up now. Oh, it looks like he might have a black eye. What are your predictions for the match? Says Mantua. I tipped Melbourne to win this in a very tight one. A very, very tight one. And the polls, I mean, my poll on YouTube, 53 votes, 60-40 towards the Storm. So Kikau will come off the field. He looks frustrated. Again, as Andrew Voss backed up, I don't think that this is one where he'll be under any threat of concussion. It just might be that there's some sort of facial fracture. It is a huge moment, though. Stream is dipping in and out. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can really do. I've connected up my internet as good as it will allow. Move the Wi-Fi booster slightly. It might help slightly. Evie, it's not a HIA. I don't believe. I think it is literally just a facial injury. A Wi-Fi booster just went flying. Okay. Tracy with a catch there. So we do get going again. Big Boy says, Harry Hayes entering the match at all, let alone in minute 1, was not on my bingo card. Well, named on the bench. I mean, he was going to obviously play at some point. But yeah, I thought he was still injured. So I'm thinking what I can do to try and fix the stream quality. I'm already not streaming to TikTok because I had hoped that it was going to make it better. Oh yeah, hang on. YouTube's now giving me a notification. Explain says, do you think Broncos will win against Canberra? I don't. I think Canberra at home are too good for the Broncos. I'll try to do some little changes on the run, but unfortunately with live streaming it's very limited how much you really can change. Okay. 6 again. I've lowered the bit rate of the stream. That should help it a little bit to run a bit smoother. Oh, geez. Okay, they had a player straight through. I think it was Joe Chan, was it? Playing it. They've got 3 more tackles left here, the Storm. They're right on the Bulldogs line. They shifted out, and they're going to score there. Eliezer Katoa. Bang. 1 opportunity, 1 try. Easy as you like. And Melbourne Storm. I didn't get the score change done in time. They lead 4 points to 0. Ollie, I think, said, Reckless Ollie in the chat, said, surely we all go for Melbourne here, right? I don't. I personally want the Dogs to win, even though I tipped Melbourne. Because I want to see next week Melbourne play Penrith. But it's not going so good so far. That is for sure. Explain says, are you up to the live? I'm watching it as live as I can. But there is always a delay with it getting to YouTube. So, yeah. Caused by notorious ice hockey fan Joseph Chen. I did not know that he was an ice hockey fan. There you go. Puppeteer Pan is bringing the straight knowledge. The ball knowledge. That's outstanding. Danny says, again, the finals experience difference has shown. Yeah, I mean, look, there's definitely a gulf in these two sides when it comes to that. But we're still super early days in the game. I'd be letting the Bulldogs get a little bit of time to get into it. They just can't fall too far behind. Surely everyone goes against Melbourne, says Reckless Ollie. Right, okay. I thought you went everyone goes for Melbourne. Kick there from Nick Meaney. He makes 4-6. And Melbourne have a great early lead. Okay. Getting the news from Andrew Voss, Category 2 concussion. I don't think that was the issue, personally. But anyway. Explain says it's surprising Penrith didn't get top 4. Well, they were literally last halfway through the season. So, given that, I'd say it's almost surprising they got as high as they did. They could have even got higher. They had some poor form at the back end of the season. So, yeah, sorry about it, Sea Phantom. I honestly don't know what the problem is. I am very, very sorry. I might, do I give up on Twitch? Dean donates, he gives $8, says, I'm going to bed early, legendary Unk, enjoy the night, up the doggos, give Coco a head scratch for me. I will, Dean, I will. I'm thinking if there's a way that I can stop the Twitch stream without stopping the YouTube stream, because YouTube literally depends on Twitch. It might help. Am I back? If I am back, then that is one of the most legendary technological escapades anyone has ever pulled off. I'm back? I'm actually back. Oh my god, I cannot believe this. Wow. Sorry, I mean, I just like fully restarted everything. I can't believe that it actually maintained the same stream. Anyway, I won't bore you with the technicalities of live streaming. Cool. Penalty, Melbourne. Sorry, is it no penalty? Dogs. That's the team that got a penalty there. Kicko out is crazy. It is. I mean, we don't know that he's completely out. He might still yet come back, but yeah. Cool. Okay, we good. Wait, you guys can really see me? OBS doesn't even know that it's streaming. Chat isn't working though. That's okay, so that's why. Do I try and fix it? I'm worried I'm gonna break everything. I'll just talk through this because it looks like the Bulldogs might score. No, they do not. Josh Curran knocks it on. No, chat's working. Okay, now it is. It just needed a second. This is hilarious. Look, this might be of no interest to any of you, but OBS doesn't know that it's live streaming right now. So I don't know how the hell YouTube is getting any signal at all. I don't know where it's coming from. That's hilarious. Okay. I don't know how this is functioning. I'm not going to touch anything, though. I'm not going to touch anything. Hate watch successful, says Daddy. What, you hate the dogs? I mean, if you do, yeah, it's not going great for them so far. So I tricked it. Yeah, I did. I straight up tricked it, Magnetic Gamer. I haven't said hello, by the way, to ReactBot. I think Melbourne are going to win this in a tight one.
You just dropped a bomb more explosive than a Broncos season collapse.
Okay, well, it kind of neither said he agrees or disagrees, but he tends to be pretty mean, so... Eye socket Sonic for kick out. Yeah, it looked like a fractured eye socket, potentially. You know who's on that team? Yeah, Lockie Galvin, bro. Lachlan Galvan. So on the last here, Pezzett with a kick. Got good length on that. Tracy's underneath it. Curious to know from you guys, especially because a number of you are Doggies fans, but anyone can answer this. The call to drop Reid Marnie at this point? There are certain times where in rugby league a coach will make a decision and I'm like, well, that seems just objectively bizarre and illogical and kind of dumb, but coaches know more than we do. There's a plan there, there's a vision there. And then you'll hear them talk about it after it doesn't work and you're like, oh no, there wasn't actually much of a vision there. They were just kind of being like, inshallah, this thing works. So, yeah, that's kind of what this feels like. Daddy says genuinely very stupid. And Magnetic said if Galvin scores, you have to go outside and scream. Sorry, Galvin. I'm in my family home. I don't think they'd be very appreciative of that. Yeah, I like Sea Phantom's theory about keeping it fit for the Cowboys. Keeping it fit. We've got a whistle. I think it's just walking off the mark. Coates will play it. Grant and a dummy half. Gives it out to Cameron Munster. Bugs, that's I was wondering how long it will be till I was asked about Charlie Kirk. We can maybe talk about it at halftime, okay? We'll talk about it at halftime. I don't want to get distracted. Tracy with it. Goes across to Jethro and Nakama, but tackled well there. I think it's Grant Anderson. Big Boy says, the network for this stream is just like the network I had for RL26 earlier this Arvo. It was so bad. Well, is it still bad? Because now the thing with OBS not realizing that it's streaming is that I don't know what the quality is, but YouTube says it's an excellent connection. So, yes. Is that an error? Error from Jacob Karazi was saying it was a strip. Referee Adam G disagree. Straight bars there. As we got a run there from Elias Katoa. So, granted a dummy half, goes short to Safano Uta Ikamaru. I do worry for the Dogs if the Storm get up by 12 points. I do worried. Past the HIA, Viliama kicker. Again, I don't think that means much though. Joe Chan gets the ball, of course, in number 4, but playing back row. Stephen Crichton's in trouble. Stephen Crichton is in some big trouble. He's up on his feet. I mean, he's going to be, showing a jersey. Oh, he's in some real trouble. Oh, they'll go that. No, they don't go that way. I am amazed. And so are their players out there. Stephen Crichton was there for the taking. He was there for the taking. If they went that way, I'm sure they would have scored. Crichton he can't move. Oh yeah, the leg just kind of got caught underneath there, Joe Chan, it looked like. At a funny angle. I want to get eyes on Stephen Crichton right now. He can't run. Yeah. Okay, well, he's looking slight. No, he's still limping a lot. Look, I mean, early days, he might be able to walk it off. Okay, he's up to a jog. He still looks visibly in pain. But yeah. Kick out cleared. Oh, ball's come free. Dogs get a chance here. Bailey Hayward celebrates. Come on, doggies. Critical hit. I don't know if Critter is done. He is walking it off a little bit. He seems to be improving moment by moment. The kick out thing, I can't believe. You never see a big man like that down for the count like he was with actually no significant damage. Okay. I'm just watching Crichton this whole set. He's got it. Yeah, he's already sort of jumping around a little bit. He looks like he's playing a bit, maybe a pivot role. At least he did on that play. Critter is tough. He'll be fine. But the question is, for the Dogs, okay, he might be able to stay out. This isn't a sudden death finals game. If he plays the game but is out for the rest of the final series, that's not worthwhile. The way you held that lid was way too fancy. I didn't hold the lid. It dangles down. So. Or maybe I did hold it. I don't know. But it dangles down. I'm not answering any questions on Charlie Kirk until halftime. Okay? We can get into it then. Crichton with a kick on the 4th. 6 more Dogs. Played out by the Melbourne Storm. Okay, so this is as good an opportunity as they're going to have all game long. Hayward in a dummy half. They are set to shift to the left. They do. Crichton's just catching and passing. He's just catching and passing. Right, but I think Crichton might be done.
Bro, that takes colder than a Melbourne winter.
He disagrees. Jamin Salmon gets it. Rugby League 26 predicted that Sam Hughes would be out the first try scorer for the Dogs in this game. Preston back underneath now. Stephen Crichton yearns for the bench. He definitely doesn't look right at all. Oh, they've got numbers there. 3-on-2. Burden dummies. Oh, it was wasted. It was a huge chance there. Massive opportunity. Galvin gets it. Short ball. Salmon. Tackle with it. Forward pass. I thought it might have been. Jeez, the 3-on-2 situation. Matt Burton decided to hold the ball, try and reach out himself. And I do, feel for it, but absolutely butchered it. He did. Dogs bombed it there. Matt Burton, you greedy little boy. Chat agrees. Patrick Herbert moment. I don't think it's quite as bad as the Patrick Herbert moment, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad for sure. Tiger says, I say they bring Sexton on and put Burton in the centers to replace Stephen Crichton. It's just, this is the thing. Teams don't win premierships when you're doing things like that at this stage of the season. When you're recalling your halfback for seemingly no real reason, having dropped your hooker. Anyway. See, Phantom, I remember Matt Burton, Flat Earther. I remember that going around. Grant out to Cameron Munster. He's someone that I want to watch particularly closely after I made the very bold prediction that he will have a generationally good final series. That'll help him. Penalty given away by Critter. He's still limping. He's still limping around. So yeah, it might just be a black eye for Viliami Kikau, but nothing that's like structurally a problem. Dean says, I sent proof it was fancy. Okay, I'll check the Discord afterwards. My apologies, but I do want to confirm to you guys it's connected. It's connected. So I wasn't like, I didn't get the lid and I was like holding it out there. It's because it's literally, I'm never beating the allegations. Unfortunately. Mate, fans of the Toto news. Jesus. What a beat up, man. I mean, look, okay. Yes. It's maybe not what I would be saying about my friends' partners on social media. But like I saw in an article, they were like, back in 2022, after his wedding, he was recorded saying to his wife that he wanted to perform an X-rated act upon her later that night. And I said on R/NRL, I'm like, no way, really? Couples do the deed on their wedding night? Unbelievable. Who would have thought? Scandal. It felt like they include those things in order to make Brian Toto seem like a creep, which is just so frustrating to me. That distracts me from, the rest of the issue, which really I don't even think is an issue. They said in the Telegraph today, despite concerns from Brent Reed and Buzz Rothfield, I think, they were like, Brian Toto will line up against the Warriors. And I'm like, that was in doubt? Are you serious? Did you actually think that Brian Toto would be stood down from a finals game for saying Fowler Slayer? Really? Damn, I mean, Big Boy has no idea what we're talking about. Go on r/NRL, you'll see. You'll see. So Salmon, across now to Lachlan Galvin. Short ball, Viliami kick out, offload. Oh, geez, he might have scored here. Okay, but surely we review this because I thought he might have knocked it on. If Toby Sexton has scored this try, I mean, what a comeback. Okay, but it's a no try. Adam G's done the right thing to review it. Let's see, I'm not looking at the chat because you guys tend to be ahead of me. Oh, that's come off his knee. It's come off his knee. This is a try. And he gets the bounce from heaven. Gets away from the fullback. Big sexy. Let's go. Catalan Dragons bound. Toby Sexton recalled. He got the Dogs to first on the ladder and has now got them their first try in the finals of 2025. Big up my man Toby Sexton. I think everyone liked that. Everyone liked that. Good on him, man. Fantasy says Bulldogs should have kept Sexton. I mean, they've got their plan and he's not part of it. I do tend to be critical of people who are like, oh, surely there's a spot for this guy in the NRL. But with Sexton, I genuinely do think, like, how has he not ended up at the Dragons? Or Raiders? Yeah, EB. Hey, Leaguie, thoughts on Dave Riccio saying Roosters underachieved this season? So there's an article by David Riccio that was published this preseason saying that the Roosters have lost so much experience that he has high doubts that they're going to be able to make the top 8, that they're going to slide down the ladder. So he doesn't truly believe it. I used to not think this, but, and I know this sounds conspiratorial a little bit, but I genuinely think that on NRL 360, which is the show where he stated that opinion, the journos get told in advance, this is the story we're talking about, this is the position you're arguing, go for it. I don't think they truly believe what they say. And sort of what confirms that to me, as well as just these inconsistencies in their opinions, is that you never see an issue presented on that show and all 4 panelists are like, yeah, we all agree with each other on this. Because that's not good television. So, yeah. Yeah, big boy, apologies. I guess he did go to the Dragons. That's true. Ryan Pappenhausen, ambassador for the Netherlands Rugby League. How has Sexton not ended up at Newcastle? Another one. Another team that could have used a halfback. I mean, Jack Cogger is departing. 6 points all. Come on, you dogs. Come on. I think Raiders is the big one, though. Joe Chan's down. Oh, and he's got blood all over his face. Oh, he looks like the Joker. That's gonna go. That's a clip that's gonna go viral. He got the why so serious. Jeez, it was both sides of the mouth. Oh, side of Harry Hayes' head. Woofed. Yeah, Benjamin. It's a point that hadn't occurred to me before, but you literally never see them all agree with one another. So, yeah. C-Factor says, Cowboys should have taken Sexton. The Purdue experiment proved we need further depth in that department. But yeah, it depends. I mean, is he much of an upgrade on Clifford? I mean, I think he's better. Is he that much better? Probably not. Oh, Canterbury knock on. Jeez, for all the talk of Jacob Carraz being back, he has made 2 really bad errors coming back in this game. Out of his own end. And yeah, of course, Heath Ledger, I mean... Aussie icon. But yeah, the handling errors of Jacob Carraz, is that a part of his game that I just sort of have glossed over? Because that's 2 in very, very costly circumstances. Geez, 46 concurrent viewers on YouTube. I know, obviously, you know, I'm not streaming on Twitch, so it's going to be augmented on YouTube. But geez, thank you all for being here. That's huge. We're already up to 1,000 views. God damn. EB says, think Carraz may have come back too early. Well, I mean, I don't think the handling errors necessarily have to do with the injury. It's more of a mental thing, but yeah. Anyway, Melbourne have a full attacking set here. Grant across to find Jonah Pezzett out the back. Stefano Kamano with the run straight into Preston and Galvin. I nearly said Hughes, and I was like, no, he plays for Storm. Then I was like, Hayes. No, wrong Bulldog. Penalty Melbourne. It's finals. I believe that they'll take the 2 here. That's what you do in the finals. Tiger says, Leaky, I never realized how much you blink until I started editing the video. Do I blink a lot? Is that a thing? I mean, I don't know. I have heard that I breathe deeply subconsciously, and I don't notice that I do it. But blinking, that's new. Dean says, welcome to Watch Mojo. Welcome to Watch Mojo. This is the top 10 worst games of all time. I mean, it's eventful. It's a I would say entertaining just because so much stuff is happening. So much stuff. On YouTube, the poll, it has ballooned out towards 72% Storm after 117 votes. Jeez, a whole bunch of... Oh my god. Freaking 17 people just joined the stream. Hello. Good to see you all here, people. So, Melbourne take the lead. Oh, I completely... I was blown away by all the people that just joined the stream. Hello if you are new here. Getting the news from Jake Duke. Okay, Chan, Category 2 HI. Again, that was another one where I think it was just blood. I don't think it was necessarily the case where he was concussed. See, Fantasy says, someone check on Winston. He's at the Bulldogs League Club. Magnetic says I should rank every stadium in the NRL. That's a video that's on my list. There's a video out there on YouTube that's done very well that it was like official every NRL stadium ranked. And like this, there's nothing official about it. The bloke just put official in his title, which I think is very, very funny. I'm not going to do that. That feels a bit maybe cheap for me, but I will do that as a video at some point. Foot injury for Critter. Oh, it's a foot injury? I thought it was like a lower leg. So he's off the field then. Or is he on the other side? No, I think it's Rinakama I saw on the other side. Dean says, can we get Leaguie to 8K tonight? Well, I think that's optimistic. Is that a 40-20? Oh, no, it's being kept in field. That's good work there from Connor Tracy. That's great work. We need 60 more subscribers to get to 8K tonight. That's a tall order. That's a very, very tall order. But, geez, the growth over the last, like, couple weeks has been mental. Absolutely mental. We needed about, like, 500 per month to get to 10K a while back. We now need more than that, but we're close to 500 in this month, so. RCB, I'ma maybe not do that. I have the flexibility to. Don't get me wrong. But I ain't licking my toe, bro. ReactBot, are Canterbury cooked with these injuries?
This convo's making less sense than the NRL draw every year.
He thinks not. He thinks not, evidently. Wow, RCB is actually behind me. That's very rare. That is incredibly rare. Munster at Derby half gives it across to Will Warbrick out of his own end. Yeah, there's Critter in the sheds. Okay. I mean, as far as I'm aware, that's one of those ones where Bulldogs premiership chances could hinge on that. EB, surely. Go celebrate. Good catch there. Jacob Carraz. Will he knock it on? No, he doesn't that time. Big Boy says, since this game has started, both teams have almost contracted the South Sydney curse, except usually those injuries set them out for 6 weeks plus. That is true. That is true. There have been a lot of injuries on either side. As a fan of a team that is in the finals and is not playing this game, I love the thought of it. Hope to see heaps of Broncos get injured as they lose to Canberra at the end of the week. I'm gone? Oh no. I'm back? Oh no. That's actually a problem. In a way. Because we returned before my fix came into effect, and now I'm worried that the thing I did to fix it might break it. Am I back? Oh, this is disastrous. Every now and then this happens. It used to be every stream where there'd be a technical problem. Every now and then we do have one of these. I mean, it seems like I'm back. YouTube still says it's not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. My audio keeps cutting out? What? Okay. Oh, Galvin had a go at that. He had a go at it. I believe he knocked it on though in the end. No Leaguie chat's just catching up. You're fine. I'm going to try this little change anyway. Because YouTube's still telling me problems. That suit has survived World War II. Has World War II occurred? And I must have missed it. Oh, I think that might be knock on there from Nick Meaney. He didn't mean to knock it on, but I think he did, and this will really galvanize the Bulldogs. You see what I did there, boys and girls? You see what I did there? Comedic genius. That's what they call. I actually, when you study comedy, when you study a degree in comedy, as I didn't need to, because I went there and they turned me away. They said you're already funny enough. That's exactly the kind of thing that they would teach you. No try. I think we all knew that. But Dogs ball, I think. No, is it? Yeah, no, it is. I can see Melbourne holding the ball though. But I swear they said Melbourne knocked it on. Ah, yeah, okay. D says, thoughts on the old league he found on Fox. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Dave Riccio was on Fox wearing a white shirt and a green jacket. It's very funny. It's very funny. Oh, nearly through there. Toby Sexton. They shifted out that way again, though. Connor Tracy stepping back inside. Yeah, by the way, Tupanua might get there. He doesn't get there. I know. Commenting on shaving, I'm aware. I've tried to find time before the stream. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I will. I apologize. Short ball, Galvin, Preston, I'm out of breath. Oh boy. Hayward in a dummy half. Shifts it out to find Toby Sexton. Now at the back for Kurt Mann. Dummies. Falls over himself. Goes again. Dummies again. Steps away again. Tackled by Alec McDonald. Wow. Hayward on the last. Gives it to Galvin. Now at the back. Tracy. Ball out. Karaz will score. And Dogs will take the lead. It was a very, very brave pass. One that could have been intercepted. One where the ball might have gone right down the other end of the field. But the Dogs lead 10 points to 8. Yes. The fix that I tried to do. I think it might be breaking things. This is just the worst. I am so not going to Burwood Street tonight. Not a chance am I going to Burwood Street tonight. I live in the Sutherland Shire, brother. With all due respect. Okay. There's this error on YouTube and I can't actually fix it. If none of you guys are experiencing a problem, then I think we're fine. Okay. Danger says, apparently there's a 911 Fursona. What? What? And EB, I'm definitely not growing the moustache. When I grow out a moustache, especially with no beard, I just purely look like I belong on a register. So, we can't have that when I make YouTube content for kids. Cannot become the stereotype. Although I don't make YouTube content for kids, it's just, yeah. Burton from the sideline. Oh, that's a mighty kick. That is a mighty kick. I do apologize. I evidently forgot to do the little soundbite. But anyway, is what it is. Dice work for the Dogs. You know what? I'll play the soundbite just in honor of him. Jake Duke just said the word syndesmosis about Stephen Crichton. That ain't a good one. That ain't a good one at all. Holy. Was that Reed Marty? He still traveled down with the squad? Benjamin says, go to the Engadine Tavern just across the road from West ScoMo. Did the deed. Yeah, I was actually there earlier today in Engadine. So Stilichub Noah makes a run. He's decent little amount of post-contact meters, though. He's up to nearly the 40. Good work for the former Rooster. I miss him. I do not miss his handling errors, though. Hayward out of dummy half. Gives it to Kurt Mann, former Melbourne Storm player. Burton will put a bomb up. 8 minutes left to go in this first half. Underneath it. Oh, no catch and goal. I thought it might have been by Will Warbrick. What did he say? What did who say, Magnetic Gamer? Royal says, ¿Qué piensas tú de Sexton o Dragón Catalans? Which means, although I don't speak French, I speak enough Spanish to understand. What do you think about Sexton to the Catalan Dragons? I don't know how to respond in French. I apologize. He will be the best half in the Super League. Second to Bevan French. Bevan French is the best. 40-20 Jonah Peasant. To finish answering that question, normally you see old halves like Luke Keary and Mitchell Pearce go over to Catalans. This is not that. Toby Sexton is still not in the prime of his career. He's a very, very good signing. Very good signing. Tiger says 2021 Tupanua was a different beast. It's true. He was the top try scorer at the Roosters that year. So after the 40-20, geez, I mean, it's exactly what Melbourne needed, and they could be set to take the lead again right here. I can't wait to see that image on the Discord after the stream. So Loera at the back, passes to Pezzett. There's a 2-on-2. Anderson, he does get an offload away eventually to Will Warbrick, who goes back in field with Kurt Mann. Kick out tackles him from behind, back underneath. On the third, Grant across to find Jonah Pezzett. Now the ball goes to ground, picked up eventually by Nick Meaney. Tried to step away from Galvin, did eventually. Now Lissati gets it. How's Brody Croft doing? I know he had a very good start. Melbourne looking likely here. Oh, they go back the short side. Nothing doing. One more to go in the set. Short side again. Munster with the ball in his hands. There we go. 3-on-2. Lissati. He's over. Did he get it down? He certainly thinks he does. He has. And so does Adam G. So does Adam G. It's funny. I thought they'd get it on the short side the earlier play. They didn't. They then peppered it back down the second side. And Lissati went himself. Jacob Preston is not happy. Nor should he be. No problem, Royalists. Thank you for the question. Beautiful kick from Pezzett, man. I saw a few of you saying he's got such a boot on him. He really does. He's got a huge boot on him, Jonah Pezzett. It's massive. Oh, God, you're going to be like, you know what else is massive? I say that word a lot, apparently. That's not to draw attention to this, but Tri-Assist Cameron Munster. Generational final series on ways. Yeah, Winston's DMs, Steve Adler will be blowing up at any good thing that the Storm do. Him, Hectic Fred, or all the Doggies fans. I want to know, how old is this Ativalu Lissati? Because I'll be completely honest, I had not heard of him until very recently. He's 24 years old. When you search up Atavalu Lusati. I might actually try and put this on screen because it's quite funny. When you search up Atavalu Lusati, the first thing that comes up is a picture of Nathan Cleary. I mean, poor guy, man. Poor guy. But anyway. Goal kicked. Storm keep their 100% record of goal kicking alive in the final so far and take the lead by 2 points. Leaguie manifesting Monsters finest hour. Look, I wouldn't be happy about it. I want Melbourne to not win this premiership. But I can just kind of feel it. And also, I mean, a bit like with the Newcastle Spoon prediction, it would make for a really good short. So inside 4 minutes left to go in this first half. I think 14-12 is a very fair halftime scoreline with the way it has gone. Lusati's the biggest centre you've ever seen there. He was in that play, certainly plays centre. But he doesn't. It's interesting. He doesn't seem like a massive back rower or anything. Loiero, he did well not to pass it there. It almost certainly would have been a forward pass if he found his man. So on the last here, Melbourne, they find Munster. He'll put a kick up. That's one of the greatest kicks I've ever seen in my lifetime, by the way. Underneath Connor Tracy. Gets away from one. Can't get away from Will Warbrick, though. He made a nice little amount of meters. Big bomb by Bunster. Absolutely, a Bunster bomb. That was great alliteration, brother. Outstanding alliteration. Okay. So with 3 minutes left to go in this first half, I wonder if Dogs, do they have enough plays to get maybe set for a 2-point field goal? Maybe on because they'll still get possession once more, I think. Maybe we could be a 14 all halftime scoreline. Tupanua, yeah, they definitely can't on this set. Parramatta will be dangerous if they carry this year's form into next year and Moses is on the field. That's what I said last year. That's the thing. And I predicted them to finish 7th. And obviously people were like, that was the worst prediction ever. They finished 11th. So it wasn't terrible. I was 4 positions off in a 17-team competition. But yeah. Oh, knock on there, Melbourne Storm. Well, they're going to be too close here for a 2-point field goal if that's what they were going for. But they might get a try. Jacob Carraz hits it up. Has Amy Park ever been to you? No, but I have been to Amy Park twice. Once for a Storm versus Roosters in 2023, I think. Or 2024. No, I think it was 2023. And once for an Elton John concert. So on the second here, they're about 12 meters out. Hayward plays it for Josh Curran. Now, man, short ball, Tupanua, good tackle there, Cameron Munster. And it's forward. Geez, the execution is poor. There was a real opportunity there on the second. Big boy is not happy. Danny, Amy Park is great. It's a very, very good stadium that isn't really indicative of its age. It's done very well. When you went, both of them were like a couple years ago. They were quite close to one another. I'm trying to, yeah. It was 2023. I saw Storm and Roosters there. And I think 2022, the end of 2022, I saw Elton John there. Canterbury-Bankstown Bulldogs, more like 4 pass Bulldogs. Wow.
He's the greatest. He's the best.
Comedian. We got a funny guy in the chat, people. We got a funny boy. Peasant gets it. But you'd think with only 15 seconds left in this first half, they're not going to try anything too fancy. Grant. They shifted out to Cameron Munster. I mean, they're going to have a go. They're going to keep it in their hands now, and they'll die with it there. 4, 3, 2, 1. They're going to get to play the ball in. They will. Grant finds Munster. He sets away from a few, but that'll be it. goes over the sideline. Okay. So, first half is done. First half is done. EB says, I own the Leaguie trademark. Rent is due, Dylan. I don't know why you'd be trolling Trademark Sports that you own the Leaguie, because you don't. I am a free man. That Danik says, Charlie Kirk. Yeah, she says Charlie Kirk. Kirk. Okay. That was a very, very interesting first half. Lots happened. Both sides are sort of worse for wear for it, but a very physical battle. Only a penalty goal separated the two sides. Finals is here, baby. Dean donates $3 and says thoughts on the Charlie Kirk situation. Well, I did see that someone was like, I don't want to hear about it. But now that there's a donation, I think I have to. Thoughts. Well, yeah, I yesterday had a phone call with my best mate, Teo, who pops into the chat sometimes. Went for 45 minutes. It was pretty much about that situation and its implications. I was absolutely stunned waking up to the news that such a high-profile political assassination had taken place. I genuinely think that it's the kind of thing that we will see in textbooks. I'm not saying there'll be chapters or pages dedicated to it, but I'm saying you read a history textbook and you see a little picture in the bottom corner, maybe a couple sentences mentioning it. I think it's like that. He was such an influential figure. I think Donald Trump struggles to win either election without Charlie Kirk's influence over young males in particular. And although personally I disagreed with almost everything he said, it goes without saying that his beliefs were nowhere near controversial enough to justify murder. I don't know if there are any beliefs that could justify murder. So, yeah, it was terrible. And it will only, in an extremely polarized society, it will only increase the polarization. I saw a lot of people saying, like, you know, he was killed by the left, saying they did it, attributing the action of one to an entire half of Anglo society, which is just nonsensical and divisive and will only cause society to drift apart even further. So, yeah. C-Factor says, I saw the video. I don't even like Kirk or his politics, but it was such a horrific way for him to go out, especially with his wife and kids in the audience. Yeah, I saw it as well. It was confronting. It was very There is... Sorry, an arrowhead, I'm not live on TikTok. Internet wasn't having it. There is a level of irony that as a lover of dark humor, I cannot look past, to how the quote about how a certain number of deaths are worth it to protect the Second Amendment, how that is aged. But I feel that you can appreciate how incredible and, in some ways, yes, funny, that irony is, while also thinking this is a very, very chilling assassination. It reminded me of when the attempted assassination of Trump happened. That would have broken that country. Like, a part of me, I would have... not that I'd want him to have died, Donald Trump. I mean, I disagree with him even more than I do Charlie Kirk, but the implications would have been so fascinating to watch. It's a fun thought experiment. We're going to see a little diet version of that now. I think there's going to be a massive implication across that whole country of it. So, yeah. Imagine it was Donald Trump with the gun. Well, I mean, okay, yeah. Oh, if Donald got killed. Yeah, of course. Tiger says, discussing that people are celebrating his death. Yes, of course. But with something that high profile, on the internet, there's always going to be people who have disgusting opinions on it. And those are the opinions that are going to go the most viral. And people are going to see. And that's the problem. That's the big problem. Because yes, you've got people who are, let's say, quite extremely on the left, who are celebrating the death. Regular people on the right side of politics are going to say, they're going to see that and think, God, the left is terrible. Look at them celebrating this death. We need to, rally around our martyr who's died. Whereas the reality is, about 90% of society sit in the middle. They don't really care. But the radicalization keeps happening. The polarization. Then Dean donates again. It says, and thoughts on the 9/11 fursona. Well, I haven't had a look at it. I'll check it out now. While it's loading, Big Boy says, Charlie Kirk spread the work of God. He was someone who lived with his faith with Jesus Christ. I might have not heard the words that he said, that I respect his faith in Christ. Well, yeah, and that's interesting to me as a Catholic myself. He had certainly his interpretations of the Bible. I believe, personally, this is nothing more than my opinion, that he would very often interpret, like he'd attribute a massive amount of importance to certain parts of the Bible and disregard other parts of the Bible in ways that would like sort of verify and validate his beliefs. But yes, he had his beliefs on those. Okay, I'm in the Discord. Yeah, Dean, to be fair, that is a very fancy way of holding that lid. I had my pinky up. Damn. Wow, okay, yeah, that persona is freaky cooked. Holy, that is, wow. I wish I hadn't seen that. Alex says, Kirk's comments are not funny. They are, however, pertinent. As you said with the textbooks, he will go down as having died a direct result of the things he endorsed. Yes, there's a fine line, but that's not comedy. That's tragedy. It's definitely not comedy. I hope I didn't come across as saying that his death or whatever is funny. There is an irony to it, which I think is, in some respects, too pertinent to not be like a little bit funny. But I have an extremely dark sense of humor. Okay, I really do. So that's just my position on it, and I would not say at all that the assassination of Charlie Kirk was funny. Yeah. Benjamin says, I will second what Leaguie said. Kirk was definitely one to pick and choose what parts of the Bible he actually shared for his own politics. Yeah. That, I mean, I watched a lot of content that he did, a lot of debates that he did. That's pretty much the content that I watch on YouTube, debate content. And yeah, very often when someone would raise, what about this part of the Bible, he would deflect, in ways that I think undermined his overall argument to me. But yeah. NRL Head says, so basically, you have freedom of speech, but if people don't agree, they just shoot you. Well, I mean, no. Those things aren't necessarily related to one another in America. I definitely have my thoughts on gun control in America. I think it's insane how some people over there hold on to the right to bear arms. And to be honest, it is the main thing, I think, as an outsider, that would make me not want to live in America. There's very many things, but that's one of them. So to see an activist like that go down in that way, I mean, it's just, yeah. C. Phantom's correct in saying picking and choosing various parts of the Bible is something many of Christians have done. He wasn't the first, nor will he be the last. Very true. But I do think that when you are so outspoken about it as he was, and he would come out and say, I believe this because the Bible says this. We as a society should be this way because the Bible says to be. And then someone would say, what about this part of the Bible? Should we follow that? And he wouldn't address it. So I think if you're willing to live by the sword that is the Bible, you have to be willing to die by the sword that is the Bible. But that comes down to something I have always said about religion, which is let your beliefs determine your religion and not your religion determine your beliefs. Don't believe something because you belong to a religion, but belong to a religion because you belong to a religion because you believe something. Dean says, that is very funny. I don't want the right to bear arms. I want the right to fish fingers. That's great. That's great. I will very quickly say thoughts on the Ben Lovett retirement. Very sad. I'll be honest. I don't know very much about it, but I know that he had been going through it. So unfortunate for him. EB says, say what you want about the guy, but he does advocate for open conversation and dialogue. Yes. Was it always the most productive conversation? No. Was it angled, I think, fundamentally towards getting clips that would boost his own profile on social media? Yes. But that said, I'm naturally inclined with my personal biases to look at him through a negative light. And he still did a lot more for dialogue, bridging the gap between two very polarized sides, than a lot of other people have. So, yeah. Basically. Yeah, the baby, of course we are. Of course we are, brother. I think if I've sort of said my piece, I feel like I probably have. Alex says, what do you expect the right will be capable of? Oh, sorry. He said earlier, left-wing people will by and large think right-wing people are more prone to violence than them. So if you think your side has it in you to justify killing Kirk, what do you expect the right will be capable of? I was talking to my mate yesterday, and this is a theory, and there's a lot of ifs in this situation. But when the next election comes along, after 3 more years of Donald Trump, if the last election is anything to go by, he's going to try and hold on to his power and do everything he can. And his supporter base will believe whatever strategy they come up with. Say the Democratic Party were to win the next election. And after that election is called, you have this transition period where Trump is still in office. America's far right has its leader. America's far left also has its leader in the newly elected Democratic president. I think that period, that transition, we could see violence in America like we have not seen in an incredibly long time. That's very far away. There's a lot of water to go under the bridge. That, I think, hinges on a Democrat winning the next election, which, if I had to say whether that's likely or not at this point, I would say it is likely. But we don't know. So, yeah, it is scary, but I think we are safe here. I think we're pretty good, and I'm very, very happy to be Australian, seeing all of this go down. Certainly. Terry says surely Newsom will be Democratic nominee. I mean, we're 3 years away. There's a lot of people who are not fans of Newsom on the left. He's maybe a bit of a safer pick for them, but lots of water to go under the bridge until then. Chickawee, I mean, why are we getting political on an NRL stream? To be fair, it's halftime. We always kind of just tend to chat about halftime, but it is an event of global significance, and whether we like it or not, Australia's in the sphere of influence of America. It does have impacts here. So, Benjamin says, I'm not sure Kirk did consistently advocate for open dialogue. He was certainly in favor of ending habeas corpus. This is what I said. I mean, I think he did more in that aspect than a lot of other people do. But I don't think the manner in which he did it was particularly productive. You look at something like his appearance on Jubilee, and I will close this off because we are about to get started. Thank you for the donation, Dean. He says, Ando weather. Over to you, Leaguie. You look at something like his appearance on Jubilee, and I know Jubilee is what it is, but I think everyone felt more polarized after it. So yeah, Yeah. Whoa, Crichton in a moon boot. Let me have a look at what the NRL physio has said. I might not be able to access it because I don't have freaking Twitter. Oh no, he has a Facebook page. There's kickoff of the second half. I don't think we have got any more... Sorry, any comments? Yeah, on Stephen Crichton. Can one of you guys, any of you, keep an eye on the NRL physio page? He's got Instagram, he's got Facebook or whatever. He's the guy. He tends to be the guy. Okay. George says, can the Dogs score a try again in the second half? If they don't score a try in the second half, it would surprise me. Huge half in the context of this season. Hayward says that the ball was knocked on. So did Kurt Mann. They can't believe it. Tiger says, Leaguie, what's your hot take for the finals this year? Is Dogs out in straight sets a hot take? That was part of my prediction. So catch there on the 20. We'll get up to about the 30. Did this ball come free here? Yes, he definitely lost that ball. Anyway, is what it is. Ben says, NRL physio. Okay, here we go. He'd be a fair chance to miss the rest of the finals. I'd be surprised if it was so significantly hampered and it ended up being a minor sprain. Anything more than a minor sprain. Yeah. Well, I wonder if that was before or after we knew it was a syndesmosis. To be fair, actually, we might not know that. That's just sort of what they think. I would think syndesmosis is pretty much season. Usually 3+ weeks and tough to accelerate. Damn. That becomes fascinating. If Canterbury can pull a win out here, that becomes fascinating for the side that progresses through from the other side of the draw and plays them in the prelim. For the loser of Raiders and Broncos and the winner of Roosters and Sharks. One of them will be playing the Dogs in a prelim if Dogs can get the win here. Without Stephen Crichton, I think that's an easier prelim than you normally were going to get. Alex says, how's kick out in his eye? Is he still playable? Yeah, he's still out there playing. It just looks like he has a black eye, but I think it's nothing structural. It's just sort of a pain thing. Thoughts on the Nepal flag? The flag specifically? Very cool flag. I know that there's stuff going on there. I don't really know what it is. I will be completely honest. I am not whatsoever across it. Sorry, I'm rewinding just a tad. I want to hear what... I'm a little bit behind, but I want to hear specifically what Jake Duke said about Stephen Crichton. I missed out on it. Okay. It is syndesmosis. Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. By the same notion, actually, even if Dogs lose, they're still alive. Them against Penrith next week, I think you can confirm Penrith through a prelim almost if Stephen Crichton doesn't play. I know that they're going to get Sherry back. I think Sherry's very good, but Crichton's their guy. They've built everything around him. So, yeah, let's keep political, boys. Ben says, as Alec McDonald gets through, Nepal's a whole can of worms. If Kirk was bordering on too political, Nepal's definitely too political for this stream. Come hang out in politics circles after the game. Okay, yeah, fair. Out on the fall. I'll just watch some YouTube videos on it afterwards. Okay. I don't have a button for out on the fall, but Grant gets the ball out here for Alec McDonald on the replay, and it was a very, very good run in behind the ruck. But then has Curran just charged this down, or no? Not even. He got enough in terms of a tackle on Pezzett. Dogs will start this in good field position. Thoughts on the Leaguie flag? Legendary, brother. Looks so much like, you know what? Actually, there's in Canberra, I think it's the Nigerian embassy. It just looks like the perfect Leaguie house. It's all like green with white stripes and stuff. I want to maybe like purchase it from the Nigerian consulate, and move in there. They can find somewhere else. I want to live in my Leaguie home. Well, that's a kick out. Now they've got numbers. Burton, dummies, goes himself. Plays it on the last. Rinakama gives it out to Toby Sexton. Will kick across field. They're chasing out there. Is it Carraz underneath it? I think he tapped it up in the air. It's still alive. I think that's knock on dogs, personally. But in the field of play. Okay. Yeah, I agree with that call. You guys just asking me about all sorts of political things. You're not helping my career. I mean, to be fair, those are both rather inoffensive. Thoughts on changing the Oz flag? I would be very much in favor of getting rid of the Union Jack and having something that is more a combination with the Indigenous flag, whether it be adopting an Indigenous color scheme or something like that. Thoughts on Bobcat wanting to punch a reporter? Iconic Australian moment, and I hope we keep the meme alive. Speaking of being kept alive, Will Warbrick has kept this run alive and is up over halfway. Tried to get an offload to Grant Anderson, couldn't. Got up again. Oh, Sexton's hurt. Sexton is hurt. Oh, the dogs. They called them the dogs of war, and they're certainly in the wars right now. This is tough. Wow. Let's see what happened. We've got to report Josh Curran. What happened to Toby Sexton? Oh, he just got low underneath Warbrick, and he's copped it to the pec. I wonder if that's one that could have just popped the muscle. High shot Curran on Howarth. If he misses game time for that, bro, the dogs are decimated, dude. Decimated. Yes, Phantom, I'd be keen with that idea as well. I'm definitely not saying like just adopt the Indigenous flag, but it would be nice to incorporate some elements of that at least. So dogs are working this out of their own end here. They are going through it. I was going to say they're at 6s and 7s. And granted, I'm not streaming on TikTok. It would have been worse if I was streaming at TikTok. But, oh, here we come. Epic meme. Epic meme. Jesus Christ, the views of this stream are up to 2,500. That is incredibly high. Are we going to break a record tonight? Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, 6-7. Oh, big funny. Big whoop. Wow. Hilarious. Can someone please, and I mean this sincerely, explain it to me? Is there a, like, how did this happen? Where did this start? What basically is what I'm trying to say. How come? Okay, our regular season streaming record seems to be 3,194. We're currently at 2,565. At this rate, we break it. Although this isn't regular season, is it? But yeah. I think you can. I appreciate it. It was a good vid, I felt. So on the 4th, they're still not over the halfway line. Grant gives it out to Monster. Now out for Jonah Pezzett. Dummies goes himself. He gets it out to Eli Katoa. He has support inside. Goes outside instead. Warbrick gets it. That's a try-saving tackle from Jethro Rinakama. There was support inside, but I think it might have been out in front of Katoa. Pezzett kicks across field. There's space out there. Coates will get it. We'll tap it back, and Tuanari Tuala has got it. Dogs survive there. Oh, there's a strip, though. There's a strip. Jack Howarth has got it. What's the ruling? First knock on Jack Howarth, they say. I think that's harsh. I think that's harsh. Thank you, Magnetic. I love you too. In a platonic way. Terry says, League, if not Raiders, who do you think wins? Roosters will win regardless. Storm will my tip for the premiership. Leaguey is Carpin? What? I think Melbourne were offside there. They seemed very offside. Well, Elias Katoa was the man who I thought. He didn't get involved there, to be fair. EB says, whoever plays Doggies next will have a grand final appearance in the bag. Well, if Dogs win this, yes. But even if Dogs lose this, I mean, I think they've got a prelim appearance in the bag. Just with the... Well, yeah. If it's a syndesmosis, which it pretty much seems to be, then yeah. So Hayward up over halfway now. But for that reason, I now desperately want to see Canterbury pull off an upset. Because that would give the Roosters, beat Cronulla, beat Brisbane, beat Canterbury, grand final. Easy. War break up. Gets past a couple. Tackled there by Kurt Mann. Maybe that is very political. I would not want Australia to become a communist country. Ball played there by Munster. Finds Grant Anderson. Now Katoa with a run. Hayward did well to get underneath. Ball gets away though. Grant finds Nick Meaney, former Bulldog. Gets away from one. Sexton falls over. Good to see Sexton having recovered. And Meaney, I'll tell you what, it got about 10 meters there. That was good. I mean, Danny, a man has to hope. But obviously, I'd want Canterbury to win so that there's an easier run through if we can get there. I think we beat Cronulla tomorrow, personally. I think we lose in week 2. That's the way my prediction went. Caught there by Connor Tracy. And he gets up to about 15 meters out. Alex says, how do Storm Dogs look compared to the rest of the 8? Dogs especially just decimated. Melbourne will have Pappenhausen back next week. Hughes, I think, will be more beyond that. I did see a report today that he thinks he could be back if the Storm make a grand final, which is what I said. So we'll see. We'll see. But these are, make no mistake, 2 of the stronger sides, and I don't think Melbourne will go down easy no matter who they're playing. So, Big Boy, you know what? I'd appreciate that if you could have that. An explanation onto why the John Deere lawnmower is the greatest lawnmower of all time. There's 62 people watching this on YouTube, and I think they'd all appreciate knowing why the John Deere lawnmower is the greatest lawnmower of all time. Penalty given away there by the Dogs. It's been a cagey... Oh, is that dissent? Back chat. Okay. From Kurt Mann. So, I was going to say, it's been a cagey first sort of 12 minutes of this second half. But... you just get the sense that the Dogs are not helping themselves. I know they are up against it, but they're not helping themselves. Kat says, "Would you join the ADF?" No, I'm not cut out for that. I'm too anti-war, I think, as well, to join the ADF. So. Tiger, I don't know. LG, do they make fridges? It might be. Yeah, shout out Benjamin with the Clippy profile. That's the Lewis Rossman thing. Okay. So on the 4th, Storm, they're looking good here. Monster gets the ball out to Pezzett. Now Katoa. Oh, quick hands. I think that's knocked on there by Will Warbrick. No, ruling is it was backwards. He does well to stay in field. They're going to get one more play here. They're 20 meters out. Anderson in at dummy half. Gets it off the back of Will Warbrick's play of the ball. Shift out towards Jonah Pezzett. Kicks it up back to that short side. Meaney's the man chasing, and it's a catch by Jethro Vinakama, and I think he's might be forced in goal. Yeah, goal line dropout. EB says, just imagine Leaguie bald and all I can see is Lex Luthor. Nah. Kat says, why wouldn't you become a digger, even a medic, in times of war? Not by choice. Okay, double knock on. Melbourne will get it. I mean, medic, I would much rather be, certainly. But, no. I'm not a fighter. Teen says currently watching this on Chacksaw's forehead. Is that a thing? Or forehead? It's funny, when I read out the word forehead, I read forehead. When I say it, I say forehead. Here we go from Big Boy. I hope you understand why I can't read it out. But for all the members of the audience, it's there. Warbrick might have gone over there if they got the ball over to him. Munster in a dummy half. Gives it now to Jonah Pezzett. Loiera back for a little shot at the post. If Storm can get 8 points up here, it's tough to see Dogs coming back. Yeah, Danny, sorry, I didn't read your comment earlier. I think I was going to read it and then something happened about Nico. Saying like if Nico can put it together, I think Cronulla can win. If not, Roosters should have a pretty easy win, but I want Nico to succeed. I also want Nico to succeed. It's just unfortunate that it's against us. Lasati gets very close to like, yeah, sorry, up the milk. My internet wasn't handling Twitch, so I just put it on YouTube. Out here, Jonah Pezzett, short ball, Katoa doesn't get an offload away. They've got one more to go in this set. Grant in at dummy half. Goes to find Munster at the back. He'll put a little grubber kick in. It's being chased by Lasati, and it's knocked dead by Lachlan Galvin. Yeah, I think, though, even if Nico does put in a very good performance, I don't think it really makes Sharks likely to win, in my opinion. I just think we're in better form at the moment. But look, the game itself is very even, and I'm certainly, well, I'm actually not really that nervous because I think we've had a successful season regardless. But yeah, Dogs ball, they get it back off the short dropout. Yeah, sorry, I was asked that. Oh yeah, hang on, don't time out the lawnmower talk. I asked for it. It was great. Yeah. This might sound like a cope, but really, if the Roosters do lose tomorrow, I'd be like, okay, we had a season where we rebuilt, blooded a heap of rookies and still made the finals. I'll take it. So, Tupu on Katoa is easy money. If we choose to use it, which we don't always when Tupu has an aerial mismatch, but Sam Walker is becoming a lot better at doing that, so... Penalty, okay, on the halfway line as well. That's big for Canterbury. That's very big for Canterbury. Salmon says that's a sin bin. Yeah, no, I mean... oh, it was the Lakes tackle of Grant. Okay, interesting. Yeah, Danny, forward pack battle is crazy. And as well, Britton Nickera is going to be back. I don't know what the point of this was, but Craig Fitzgibbon has named Britton Nickera on the reserves. He's coming back from 3 games out, but it was a 3-game suspension, not an injury. He's match fit. So I don't know why they're even bothering to name him on the reserve first. Or will he play? Won't he play? He's 100% playing tomorrow. He is their best back rower. So that was a weird one. But yeah, I mean, dude, it's insane, the forward battle. The back rows of Wilton and Nickera against Crichton and Radley. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Dogs. 3 tackles left here. They're right on the Melbourne line. Galvin. Oh, Tuala is down in back play. They went that way and Tuala was not there. He's struggling. Salmon gets it out the back for Toby Sexton. Kick out with it. Finds Matt Burton. Burton's close. Burton's going to get there. Burton did get there. In the first half, he held on to it and butchered a try. But that time, he gets it. And the Dogs have the lead again. Jeez, I feel that they have been self-sabotaging all second half long. But now they've got the lead and they'll kick for a 4-point lead. Tuala in all sorts of trouble, but Sexy gets early ball out to Viliami kick out. It was a 2-on-2 and Burton just happened to beat his outside man there, Grant Anderson. Great work from the 6 playing center. That's unreal. Thoughts on the Papali'i Moonboot conspiracy theory? Given it was Gordon Tallis, I didn't actually really watch the video, but what is it? Like his moonboot's been on either foot? I mean, yeah. Big boy. Do you work in like lawn mowing? Because this is not the first lawnmower related thing I think you've said. The baby says, I hope Melbourne get bounced out round 2. I hope that if they lose this, they beat Penrith in round 2. But yes. Do I? I don't know. I might actually be going for Penrith in that instance. Your boy Ange is no longer on Sunday. I don't know if he's my boy. I mean, I like him purely because he's Australian. But yes, new Nottingham Forest coach. I think it's a very, very good appointment on either side. Tuala comes off the field. Who the hell plays centre now? Kickow? This is proper, like, heroic stuff for the Dogs to be leading right now. It's an incredible effort so far. A long way to go yet, though.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Container, firstly. Shoelace, run out. Hey, clutch. Hey, clutch.
Is Matt Burton clutch? He's taking a very, very, very long time here. Hits it. He's got it. Oh, Matthew Burton, bro. That's beautiful. They lead by 4, takes a 2-point field goal out of the equation, but obviously we've got over 20 minutes left to go in this game. A long, long way. A long way. That is very interesting, E.B. Williams, the movement being on the other foot. I mean, where I would say the conspiracy nature of it falls down is if they were like trying to play mind games with Brisbane about a star player being injured, realistically, they're not picking Josh Papali'i at this point. They're going with Fogarty or something. AI, yes, Domino Artist. Crichton is out for the game. And the way it looks, Crichton is out for the season. Terry, I wouldn't have Burton at Blues 5/8 personally. I think I still have Luai as a good option there. I mean, Moses is my 7. I don't know. I'd have to see how it goes next season. Shout out Hugo Savala, though. Maybe a good option. Run there from Connor Tracy. So after a very good run from Viliami Kickout on the last, Hayward's in a dummy half, and he'll give it out to Matt Burton playing centre, obviously. No Crichton for Samoa. Well, I doubt it. I doubt it. I'm sure he'll want to play. Maybe he'll be available for the back end of the tournament, but normally when it's an injury like that, the club just won't release him. Yeah, Domino Artist, a grand final rematch? Very possible. And I really hope it doesn't happen, but very possible. So Wishart is on the field now, runs it up over the 40. And ladies and gentlemen, we are 10 views away from breaking the record for an NRL stream, a non-international stream on this channel. Granted, it has been helped by the fact that Twitch isn't running, but there's nearly 100 people here. Jesus, that's huge. Thank you all for being here. Picked up there by Melbourne. Is it still the last? It's still the last. Monster dies with it. Tackled by Max King. And we're going to get a captain's challenge from the Melbourne Storm. Okay, here we go. If they win this and they have a fresh set on Canterbury's line, big. Very, very big. If you are new here and you're not sure why a member of the chat is talking about lawnmowers, I did say that we wanted to hear about it. Big boy, if you could wrap it up within 2 or 3 texts, that'd be great. The Melbourne crowd are clapping. The commentators are pretty confident it's Jethro Nakama's hand that this comes off. I'm not sure about this. Genuinely. Normally when they say having a look at all angles, it's an inconclusive one. I think at that angle, it kind of looks like Anderson. But no, they said it's come off the hand of Rinakama. Challenge successful. Big. Very big. Melbourne with a chance to take the lead if they can get a try here. George says Leaguie will Storm get out. Well, no. I mean, even if they lose this game, they still won't be out. So... Domino, yeah, I'm not the biggest enthusiast of a wildcard weekend. I think already having 8 teams competing is enough. Even as the competition expands, I would want to see it kept to 8 teams. I don't think it will be, but I would want to see it. Yeah, thanks, big boy. I'll definitely be looking to buy that John Deere brand when I'm next looking for a lawnmower. Okay. Huge turning point Oz. Oh no. Let's no, we left that talk at halftime. On the second hit, Loiero is going to play it. Grant in at dummy half, gives it to Cameron Munster, now finds Nick Meaney. They do get the ball out to Jack Howarth, but is tackled by behind from Jacob Kiraz. On the third, I'm riding the Dogs here. I want them to survive. That was a very, very good tackle from Bailey Hayward. Grant again, gives it out down to Tyron Wishart, at the back Pezzett, finds Katoa, doesn't keep it going through the hands, and I mean, Burton did have to come in field to tackle him, so if he did, there might have been an opportunity there. Oh, Anderson's going to go for the line on the last. Good defense, Dogs. Good defense. I'm looking for a soundbite. There's not really one. Are we going to get another challenge? No, it's just Anderson's hurt. EB, I think I saw a clip from it. It seems very funny, and I'm keen to watch it. The baby, unfortunately, I'm streaming no other games this week because tomorrow I'm going to the Roosters and Sharks game, and Sunday I'm going to Raiders and Broncos. So, hip drop from Burton. Is that what we're saying? That's what Tiger Walker is saying. I don't know if that's a textbook hip drop by any means, personally. I don't think I can give that as a hip drop tackle. Yeah. He just basically jumped and tried to grab whatever he could. McLovin, hello. Good to see you. Melbourne's crowd are not happy about it at all. Dogs still have a heap of work to do here. They're going to crawl out of their own end. They go the short side there. That was a good opportunity. Viliama kick out. I think he lost it. Jeez. He might have got away with one there. And the quick play of the ball. NRL won an Oscar from the Vegas ad? Really? I'm surprised I didn't hear about that. I mean, surely they didn't win an Oscar. That's a huge deal. Yeah, I really doubt Burton's going to have anything to worry about in that instance. On the halfway line, Hayward gives it out the back now to Toby Sexton. They did very, very well in that set. Oh, out on the fall. A brilliant set from Canterbury. Unfortunately ruined by the kick from Toby Sexton. Wow. It was only a meter or so. But they can have such big impacts in this sport of rugby league. Fine margins, have all the say. And with 16 and a half minutes to go, obviously a long, long time yet. Field position being so important. Offload there from Uche Kamani. That's not going to help them. That's a tough one. McLovin says, in unrelated news that nowhere has anything to do with why I'm over an hour late to the stream, I suck at golf. Don't worry, brother. So do I. I'm terrible at it. Pizza and Gates? What? Gates? Is that a thing? Pizza, big fan of. Gates, like, I'm not sure where the connection is. Is there a connection? Munster now at the back to Nick Meaney, tackled by Galvin and Preston. They've got 2 more left here, 25 metres out. Munster, there was a space in front of him. He opted not to go for it. They instead shifted out here to the right. Katoa with it. He's looked their most dangerous player, I think, all game long. Can't get an offload away, though. Domino, I would absolutely get copyright claimed. Grant, out for Pezzett. It's kicked in behind. Oh, Pezzett was there. Is it Pezzett or is it Meaney? Well, one of them's down, but a goal line dropout has been forced. EB says, how good is Rugby League? It is Nick Meaney. He's got curlier hair than usual. He was chasing that hard. Oh, is Tracy taking him out? There is a little bit of a push, but you kind of need to brace for that impact. Danny says it's a professional foul. I wonder if there's a little look at it. All competing, says Adam G. No thought of a sin bin. It would have been an incredibly harsh sin bin. An incredibly harsh sin bin, I think. Oz says, what do you think the odds are that the Broncos make it to the grand final? I wouldn't give it as great odds, to be honest. I think they lose to Canberra and then eventually lose to the winner of this game in the prelims. If Dogs win this game, to be fair, if Dogs win this game, I might back the Broncos to make it all the way through. Meaney off for a HIA. They bring on Josh King to replace him. Jesus, it is a war out there. It is an absolute war. So they go the short dropout. Tap back by Melbourne, and Melbourne will get it. Good job, Josh King, not to knock that on. So they're going to have a set inside the 20. Car for Tuala. Okay. What are we talking in terms of weak recoveries? Oh, it is intense. 6 more. See, this is one thing. I mean, I talked to mates of mine who are soccer fans. In this instance, one try, the team that is behind can become the team that is in front. You can never get that in soccer. Another 6 again. Loiero plays it. Granted a dummy half. Goes back underneath for Stefano Utokumanu. Curran gets bullied. Offload out the back. There should be space there. Wishart, I think he's got there. I think he has got there. It was all from Stefano Utokumanu. He got the big bump on Josh Curran, then an offload away, and Grant knew that there'd be space out there. The ball did come free just a little bit at the end, but I think it was all okay. I think it was because Wishart had grounded it already. 18 all, and they will kick and take the lead here for sure. Utokumanu bullies Curran. That creates the gap. Honestly, I think Melbourne did pretty well. Canterbury did pretty well to get across and have as good an attempt at Wishart as they did. But yes, that's a try. That is a try. Dean says, thoughts on Sutton's Forest twin servos? Not familiar with them. Not familiar with them, buddy. Might need to have a look at that. Sutton's Forest twin server. So what, 2 server stations that look like each other? Great. Hey. On the Hume Highway, is that? I mean, I might have gone past that a few times then. You would drive that road down to Canberra. Right, okay, so I have been down there. I mustn't have stopped at those servos. Tyron Wishart, super sub. He's one of the best 14s in the Premiership, but wearing number 7 today gets the try that in a very, very tight game might win this one for the Melbourne Storm. There's a long way left still, 12 minutes, but Melbourne will take the lead here. And they do. Pezzett with a kick. So the 2-point field goal comes into the equation for Canterbury. Matt Burton, we obviously know, can kick them. Anyone fancy Golden Point? Anyone fancy it? In Rugby League 26, they predicted Golden Point in this game, so... That is an interesting stat, big boy. That's a very interesting stat. We've got over 100 concurrent viewers of this stream. That is crazy. Thank you all. I hope you do come along for the other streams in this final series. Just 113 now. We are blowing the record away. Tiger Walker raises a good point. It is extra time, not Golden Point. I don't know why, but it is. That's facts. Please do come along to more of the streams because they are so much fun and they are so random. How has Galvin played so far? I only really expected him to hold his own, and I would say he's done that. He's had some good moments. Howarth claiming a crusher. This could be big. He gets up as soon as the whistle is blown, as we tend to see. Watson says congrats on the viewers. I say congrats to the viewers for being part of such a big group. No ruling there on the crusher tackle. On the third, Melbourne, they find Josh King being up tackled by Max King and company. Grant for Monster does take a run himself, so he's going to be out of commission on the last, but I think it's Peasant who normally kicks on that play anyway when they're coming out of their own end. Then a kick from Jonah Peasant. EB says it's strange how the Tigers didn't have Stefano running like a big man. Well, I think we all kind of knew when he came down to Melbourne, he was going to be putting the work in. Well, Alex, I'm not making a judgment on whether extra time or Golden Point is superior. I don't know why we have suddenly a different way of deciding games when it gets to finals. But yeah. Sorry. Up the milk? Yeah, I do. Unless they're playing the Roosters, then I do the Viking clan. So Salmon, across to fight Sexton. Now Galvin gets it. Steps away from one. Oh, if he'd kept his footing, he would have had Burton back on the inside. But not a bad set there for Canterbury. 11 minutes to go, though. If their strategy is the 2-point field goal, they need to start thinking about that and setting up for it. And to be honest, a bomb like that lands 20 meters out, that's not the field position strategy that they need to be doing. In my opinion. We might smash the all-time record for my viewers on a stream. I don't know what it is, but you can't compare it to the international streams because there's like so many people who are overseas trying to watch it. We are 40 subscribers away from 8K, by the way. I said it was a pipe dream that we were going to get it on this stream. If you are watching it and you're not subscribed, please do, and we might be able to get 8K live. That would be outstanding. So on the last hit, Munster is again tackled on the fourth. So it'll be Peasant with it. Kicks from about 40 meters out. Rinakama has been the target all night. He gets that one well, though. He gets that very well. Okay. So the most viewed stream. Yeah, this is now the most viewed stream that's not an international. The most viewed stream that was international was 14,000, followed by 13,000, followed by 10,000, all of which were Papua New Guinea. So that's not a fair comparison. We, and by we I mean all of us, because it's not done without you guys, have beaten the record. Well done. That's outstanding. Oz asks who the minor premiers will be next year. Big question. For some reason, Brisbane's the first team that comes to mind for me. And I don't even know if I like that as a prediction, but that is the first team that came to mind. Although, I will say, Roosters with a spine of Tedesco, DCE, Walker, and Robson, and Watson at 14 or lock, problem. How many views in total? 3,780. It's crazy. Crazy high. Dean's donated another $8. Say, here's to all of us. Thank you, Dean. Thank you. That is very much appreciated, as always. Okay, so on the second, we did get a few more subscribers with me saying that. So thank you if you are watching and you did subscribe. I appreciate it. Howarth with a run. So he's still shy of the 40 on the fourth, but time ticking down. And I've got 8 minutes left. Well, 8 minutes, 40 seconds. Wishart will be tackled, still inside his own half here. Yeah, how much has Dean donated in total this stream? It's a lot. $25. Huge. Okay. I think Canterbury, you know, I'm not saying get desperate just yet, but there is a concern that I have that this clock is just going to tick down and they're going to run out of opportunities here. Oh, the bet tomorrow? What's the bet tomorrow? I forgot. The bet that I didn't agree to, by the way. Hayes with a run up to just shy of the 40 on the 4th. Cheeky 40-20. No, they don't go for it. Sexton will find Viliami kick out. Yeah, it's still a little bit conservative. A big kick from Matt Burton, though. Again, you're landing it nearly 20 meters, well, okay, 15 meters out from the try line. To me, that's not deep enough. You need to be landing it 5-10 meters out from the try line if you can. Can the Dogs win the try? If they get a try, they can definitely win. I think next scorer of this game, if there is one, will win this. Grant, now out to Eliasa Katoa. To be fair, Dean has definitely donated enough for a hat. I'll promise that I will have a look to see if I can get a Sharks hat if we lose. So Pezzett will find Josh King. He's tackled there. On the last, Grant to Pezzett is going to bomb for the corner of Xavier Coates. Here's a big test coming. And Coates does not manage to catch that. Carraz has got it. Offload back in field. That's good work. Tracy will get up to nearly the 30. That's, with respect to them, that's what they need to be doing. Big shift now out to the left. They've got numbers out there. Kick out. Can he get away from his opposite man? He can't. That is a big tackle from Jonah Pezzett. That was a big tackle. They make 20, 30 meters on that play, I think, if kick out's able to step away. Offload again. There's space out on the right now. Satili Tupanua hits it up. He's near halfway. I'm setting up for 2-point field goal, I think, still at this point. When you've got Matt Burton, that's what I'm doing. Burton's tackled on the 4th there. Galvin will hit it up. They are pretty much in perfect range for it, but Burton's not running in field or anything. Oh, Presser's got away for a while to the winger. Was that touched? Potentially. Carraz offload back in field to Tracy. They're going to shift it. Oh, big pass. There could be numbers out here. Kurtman puts a kick in behind. That was not the play. That was absolutely not the play. They had to go through the hands. He tried to get Warbrick in goal. He couldn't get Warbrick in goal. And Warbrick is in some space here. Runs 20 meters. Kurtman, I apologize. That was not the right play. And he knows it. He's shaking his head. On the 4th, putting the kick in, Warbrick was all over it. And the Dogs had heaps of momentum. Rugby League, people, is about moments. And that was a big one. Big moment. Wow. Alex says differences Maguire makes immortals, Robertson needs immortals. Hard disagree. Okay, that was a nasty tackle on Cameron Munster. He's holding his ankle badly. He's really hurt. Oh no. No, it's not an ACL. It's an ankle injury. It's an ankle injury. Oh! That was his boot. Oh, his ankle was badly twisted. Up the milk, I'll be honest, I don't think that was necessarily a dirty tackle. Necessarily. I did say it at first. It wasn't great, in fairness. Munster is walking. He's limping, but he's walking. I thought it might be a broken ankle. How is he still playing? I don't know, big boy. He seems to be okay. I thought that's a broken ankle. For sure. Good catch there, Jethro Rinakama. 4.5 minutes, though. Canterbury need to pull something out of the bag. George, again, Bulldogs can still win. There's 4.5 minutes to go. They can still hit a 2-point field goal and get this. I think if they keep hitting it up here, they will be in range for it. In fact, definitely they will be. But they don't seem to be thinking that. They don't seem to be operating that way. Galvin will find Tracy. Oh, there's numbers out there. Preston gets it. Steps back inside and is tackled by Jack Howarth. 2 more to go here. Now they're too far for the 2-point field goal. Man, or people come up on the other side, is going to go back to where the ball came from. I don't think that's the way. Tupanua steps back inside. Wishart. They're 20 out. They are 20 out. Hayward for Kurt Mann. Now Sexton. Will he put a kick on? He doesn't. Kick out. Get an offload away, son. Intercept. Warbrick. That's it. It's done. It's done. GG Melbourne. I mean, Dogs, bro, they tried hard and they deserved it, but those are 2 very key moments at the end. The kick from Kurt Mann on the last set that they had, and then the execution there. I don't want to put it on Mann again, but there was an opportunity. Players rushed up on the right-hand side, and instead of exploiting the space in behind, when actually a kick might have been more appropriate, he did go for it and went back the other way. The intercept is thrown. Benjamin donates. Sorry, I missed that up. I'll put that back up on screen. $3. Says, first time I got to watch stream, you beat Fox easy. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What I do is certainly very different to Fox. I don't commentate. But it's a lot of fun. I hope you stick around for more. And all 134 people here who have broken the record, smashed the record by about 1,000 views of my most ever watched NRL watch-along. Thank you so much. I hope you stick around for more. 163. Bro, that's mental. Thank you all. Please do come along for more. Week 2 of the finals. We'll be streaming more of these games. I'll pretty much try and do every game of the finals that I'm not attending. Watson says that was just dumb kick out. Look, hindsight's a wonderful thing. When there's so little time left in the game, you do kind of have to force a pass like that. Should he have gone the big over-the-top one instead of just a low ball to try and find Lachlan Galvin? Obviously, he should have gone the low ball. But again, hindsight. Yes, Stormman was loving it. Great imagery. This is the thing. Melbourne Storm, they just, in these moments, they don't go away. They are the side that in every little 50-50 thing where you either stand up or you fall down in a finals match, it's the Melbourne Storm who rise and stand tall. And I hate it. I do. I want to see other teams be successful. But we have a lack of high-quality coaches in this league, and Craig Bellamy's boys have done this for 20 years. It's brilliant work from them, and they are deserved preliminary finalists. Dogs, again, good effort, very good effort with all of the adversity that they've been through in this game. But unfortunately, I can't say that they deserved more. I think Melbourne have been the better side. Is Monster still on the field? I believe so. McLovin says, because I feel like mentioned it, do you agree Nick Meaney's one of the best looking men in the NRL? I'm glad to see someone else say that. Dogs went the short kick off and it was not anywhere near short enough. Yep, I see where you're coming from for sure. Best looking men, I would say no. But I see where you're coming from. So 1.5 minutes left to go. In fairness, I can't see Munster out there, but he might be sweeping and playing fullback. Ozgame says, Leaguie, just want to say thanks for making your videos entertaining. I don't know what it is, but your videos have a different energy and I enjoy them. Jeez, thank you. That's such a nice thing to say. That really is very, very touching. I appreciate it. I try my best. And I'm hopefully ever improving. So hopefully we're just getting started. As I said this at the start of the stream, a lot fewer people are here, so I'll mention it again. 1 year ago, I was about 1/6 the size. Between a 6th and a 7th, the size that I am now. I only hit 1,000 subscribers a year and 1 month ago. I'm now approaching 8. Like, this is just the beginning. We are on an absolutely astronomical rise, and I'm starting to believe in 10K by the end of the year again. I'm starting to believe in it. Karaz, out to find Bailey Hayward. I mean, they're desperately shifting the ball. It's 2 scores anyway, so there's nothing doing. But Kurt Mann, unfortunately, there's a lot of soul searching for him to do in that key moment. You can argue, should he have had the ball in his hands in that moment? Maybe not. But he still didn't have to kick it. And I'm not talking about that last set. I'm talking about the second last one. Yeah, Lendog, I'm looking at it now. It's 136 people. We had nearly 200 people earlier. It is a massively record-breaking stream. That's game. Adam G says we're going to get to play the ball. But that is game. So we're going to get actually one more play here. Salmon's not happy. Hayward's going to give it out to Burton. He'll just put a kick up. They're chasing. There was a dog taken out in back play there. Kurtz will catch it, and that's it. GG Melbourne. Deserved winners. Dogs. Very, very good effort. But Melbourne were the better team. They advanced to the prelim. They will take on the side that wins. Well, I guess one of Sharks, Roosters, Raiders, or Broncos will take on the Storm in a prelim. And honestly, looking at all those 4 sides against Melbourne in Melbourne, I'm back in Melbourne for a grand final. I said it in my preseason, so not in my preseason predictions, in my finals predictions. I said Melbourne grand final. People said I'm giving Melbourne too much credit. There they go. And I predicted every game of the finals right last final series except the grand final. I'm 1 for 1. Let's go, boys. That's the start we wanted. Hopefully tomorrow with my Roosters, I go... Well, by that point, it'll be 3 for 3. Hopefully. Wow. So, very good win for the Melbourne Storm. There is so much fallout still to come from that game. Injuries. What side of Canterbury going to be able to field next week? Bronson Sherry will come back from his concussion. That will slide in and replace Stephen Crichton. But up against likely the Penrith Panthers as opposed to the New Zealand Warriors, I think if it's Penrith that they come up against, pending injuries that occur tomorrow, that is a remarkably tough one for Canterbury. I think they're facing another season of finals disappointment, unfortunately. I'd love to see them do better, but anyway. All right. Anyway, I think we will leave it there. Thank you all for coming along. Sorry about the technical issues earlier. I'm glad we were able to sort of get a fix. Sunday, I'll be at the Raiders game, but if you are interested in the chair stream, to be fair, the vast majority of the 108 people here won't be. That's more my Discord. I might just stream it to my Discord, to be fair. But I will leave it there. Thank you all for watching. Do come along for week 2 of the finals. I'll probably be streaming both games unless one of them is played in Canberra. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. Oh, I need to play the Melbourne Storm song, actually, so I'll cue that up. Hopefully, the Sydney Roosters get the win for me tomorrow. But if not, it's still been a good season. It's still been a good season as far as I'm concerned. Okay, we're good. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for hanging out, and I will talk to you all later.
We live to play. We play to win. We try and try. We won't say die. We won't give in. We're number 1. We'll hold the line. We won't step back. We'll just attack time after time. We're lightning fast. We'll drive like rain. We won't be beat. We won't retreat. Ice in our veins. We are the Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number 1. Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one. We live to play, we play to win. We try and try, we won't say die, we won't give in. We're number one, we'll hold the line. We won't step back, we'll just attack time after time. We're lightning fast, we'll drive like rain. We won't be beat, we won't retreat, ice in our veins. We are the Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one. We are the Storm from Melbourne town. We'll blow the others off the ground. We are the Storm and we're number one. We are the Storm, the Melbourne Storm. We are the Storm, we're number one. We are the Storm, the Melbourne Storm. We are the Storm, we're number one. We are the Storm, the Melbourne Storm.